Have you ever wondered what drove Jordan to be the best? Like, what made this dude so much better than the rest of the talent he was playing? And he was playing good talent. He wasn't playing high school kids. He was playing some good talent, but you could just see his drive and his motivation when he was out there on the court with the rest of the talent. And you could just see by far he's the best player on the court amongst a lot of good professional players. But I just sit back and think like what drove this guy to be as great as he was. I mean, they all was great. You know, I enjoyed watching Magic, Pippen, Isaiah, Barkley, Clyde Drexler. They all was great. But what drove Jordan to be at the top of the mountain? You could just clearly see his drive was just greater than anybody else on the court. So I saw a story recently said that Jordan was wanting to beat his older brother Larry at basketball. His older brother was really good, and I saw a video of his older brother doing some moves, and yeah, this is where Jordan got it from. His older brother looks like they look like they got the same game. So just imagine we would have had two Jordans in the NBA. Wow. But yeah, Jordan wanted to beat his older brother. His older brother would always beat him. His older brother was older than him and taller. And then one day, you know what happens after that? Jordan outgrew his older brother, and his brother never win again. But that's where Jordan drive came from. Within his own family, wanting to compete against his older brother, beat him in basketball, and compete against his other siblings. Jordan had a drive like that, just a natural drive like that. Jordan also set high standards for himself. You know, not being good on the defensive end wasn't good enough for him, or not be able to shoot a jump shot that wasn't good for him. And we've seen players over the years that have been criticized for not having a jump shot, not having a layup, or they can do one thing good, but they can't do the other thing good. You know, they can lay up, but they can't shoot the jumper and never develop a jumper. But this is not, you know, who Jordan is. Jordan, if he needed a jumper, he gonna develop the jumper. His defense, you know, he took pride in defense. You know, playing the best players on the other team and shutting the best players down. It just wasn't acceptable for him to not be able to guard nobody, score, but not be able to defend nobody. And then last but not least, his dominance, you know, just dominating the other player, knowing what they're going to do, anticipating where they're going to throw the ball, being aggressive with them, never giving up on the play. All this contributed to what we saw throughout Jordan's career. Nothing but greatness, nothing but the best basketball I ever seen in my life. You know, and I know about Julius Erving, Dr. J. I know about Wilt and Russell, Bill Russell. They played good ball too. I give it up to them too. But I was born around this time that Jordan entered the league. And so that's what I saw. You know, where I first saw the Bucks, Jack Sigma, Terry Cummings. I thought Terry Cummings was the greatest basketball player I ever seen. But until I saw Jordan. And that changed. But Jordan also did 2 3-peats, championships. Now, when he did the first 3-peat, he retired, as we all know. Played a little baseball, came back and did the second 3-peat. I think the second 3-peat was just a challenge. You know what I mean? He did the first three-peat. Probably didn't feel like he ain't had no challenge or nothing like that. So left, come back and do the second three-peat. You know, you got to be a real basketball guy to do something like that. You take a break from basketball and come back at three-peat again. He also, at one point, eventually overcame the Pistons and the Lakers and the Celtics. To me, the Pistons was the biggest one. The Pistons used to do the Bulls so crazy. That was the biggest one for me when Jordan overcame them. The Bulls overcame them because it took his whole team on that one. They had Jordan rules, I think, and I watched the John Sally interview. He said, push Jordan to the left or make the other team beat you, make them score. You know, try not to let Jordan get the ball, you know, stuff like that. You know, but like I said, he beat the Pistons, Lakers, Celtics. To me, the Pistons was the biggest. They used to just dog walk the Bulls, just roll over them like they was nothing. So that was a big point in the change around of the Bulls, started their championships. He also stopped others in his era from winning championships. I don't think he did that one on purpose, or knowing Jordan, he might have, because of his competitiveness. But that's just what happens when you playing with a Bulls dynasty. You know, like one point it was the Lakers dynasty, it was the Celtics dynasty. I'm sure it was other guys in them areas of Magic Johnson and Bird and Will Chamberlain and Bill Russell. I'm sure it was guys in them areas that never got to win. But that just come with the time that you in. You know, that team, certain teams might have the best players or the best winning chances. Jordan also changed basketball with his shoes and his popularity. Now the shoes are still selling today after this guy is retired. He's still selling these shoes. He might sell one this month in the color green and the next month in the color gray. It's the same shoe, just a different color. These shoes are still selling. I think these shoes do like $5 billion a year. Don't quote me on that, but I thought I just read an article. He do like $5 billion a year off the shoe. And these shoes change the game. They're the most stylish shoes you can get. They're the most unforgettable shoes with the Spike Lee doing the commercials. This guy just changed the game all over. I don't know who was behind this marketing and whatever went into Jordan, but these shoes definitely changed the game. Yeah, and they worth buying. Some players in the past made shoes and they wasn't stylish or worth buying, but these Jordans are definitely worth buying. You see them on anybody from adults to kids. And now, with the things of them bringing back the old styles, you'll see the old styles coming back. You know, and I'm glad about that because a lot of the Jordans I didn't get. I don't know what I was doing at the time because there was so many shoes out. Scottie Pippen, Bo Jackson, Andre, oh my God, Deion Sanders, Andre Agassi, that's what I was trying to think of. There was so many shoes out that I didn't get all the Jordans. I was buying shoes. I even bought a pair of Dennis Rodmans. I thought those shoes was nice. But yeah, that's good. They bring it back to old pair. It give you the chance. A person like me give me the chance to go back and catch up on those old shoes. And that's exactly what I'm doing. But at the same time, that's what drove Jordan to be great. His own family competing, his older brother taking him to the basketball court and just dogging him. And even said that they would get into fights. And so, you know how it is when somebody dogging you or somebody bullying you and beating you up every day. Eventually, you'll get them one day. And for Jordan wanting to get his brother, he became the best player in the NBA. And that's how we got what we got. And it was good for sport too, because that made, to me, Jordan made other countries tune in and watch. And so by the time NBA got to other countries, they was already fans, already interested because of this Jordan sensation. I remember how much attention they was getting when they did the Dream Team. So you can tell right there, this guy has an influence everywhere he go. And he should have, because it was the best show in town when the Bulls played or when Jordan played. You know, I don't care if it was an opera show going or a rap show. I would rather go see Jordan play. You know, that's just how I was, what I thought of it. It was the best basketball I ever seen in my life. Other people got down, yeah, but not quite like Jordan. So that's where he got his drive from. I'm out.